Hey all, welcome to Rachel Alice Reads. I'm Rachel, this is Miko, and as we speak, my sister is bringing a child into the world. But what better time to talk about children's books? Let's have a look. So, as I said, my sister is having a baby. Miko is getting another cousin, which he looks like he's super excited about. I think he's actually currently more interested in the birds outside, but you know, he just doesn't quite understand. So today I'm going to take a walk down memory lane and give you some of my favourite books from my childhood. Now, I grew up in New Zealand with an Australian mother, so some of you may or may not know these books, but I think you should go and check them all out anyway. Number 7, Clifford the Big Red Dog by Norman Bridwell. This cute wee book is exactly as it sounds. It is about a great big red dog named Clifford. Now, Clifford is not just any big dog. You're not thinking a Great Dane. Clifford is a giant dog. He's about the size of a house. So as you can imagine, craziness ensues. Number 6, The Adventures of Spot by Eric Hill. Now, Spot is not a big dog, he is only a little dog. He's a little yellow dog with a great big spot on his side. And he got up to all sorts of adventures, and I remember all of the books having pick up and you lift behind to see little secrets kinds of things. Very interactive, really cool for kids. Number 5, There's a Hippopotamus on My Roof Eating Cake by Hazel Edwards. Now, this is an Australian book, so some of you may not have heard about it, but it's pretty much about a little girl who blames everything on the hippopotamus on the roof, which is obviously not true, but kids and their imaginations, hey? I would like to point out that I have a great affinity for this hippopotamus because he eats much cake. I love cake. Number 4, Harry McCleary from Donaldson's Dairy by Dame Linley Dodd. So Harry McCleary, I believe, is a New Zealand book, so some of you may not have heard of that one either. It's about a little scruffy looking black dog called Harry McCleary, and he lives in a neighbourhood with lots of other dogs such as bottomley pots covered in spots. There is also a cat. This cat is a mean cat. Not like Miko. Miko's nice. And his name is Scarface Claw. He's a very bad cat, and all of the dogs are scared of him. You'll notice that most of these are themed around either food or animals. My priorities have not changed. Number 3, Busy Busy Town by Richard Scarry. This one is part of a series of books, but Busy Busy Town was definitely the one that I remember, and the one that my niece still looks at a lot now, or at least did when I last saw her. They're big books, and there's a lot going on, a lot of pictures, a lot of occupations that they can look at, so it's about a lot more than just the story. The illustrations are great, lots of animals, things like that. They're really cool. Number 2, Dr. Seuss. Now, I couldn't specify one book for this because there are just so many. If you twisted my arm, I would say that I really love The Lorax, just because of the message, but Dr. Seuss in general, there are so many you will have heard of. You will have heard of Cat in the Hat, you will have heard of Green Eggs and Ham, The Grinch That Stole Christmas, Horton Hears a Who. And what I love about Dr. Seuss is he has such fantastic messages in his books as well. They are so clever, but they're just as good for adults as they are for children. Now, before I get on to number 1, I want to make an honourable mention, and that is pretty much any picture book that Disney did. Apparently, I particularly loved Aladdin. Now, I don't know if they completely count, which is why I didn't put them on the list, because they're just 100% based on the movies. But I'm a Disney princess and I loved them. So here we are. We've counted down, and now we're up to number 1. Number 1. Drum roll, please. The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle. If you haven't heard of this book, if you didn't have this book as a child, I feel really bad for you. It's an extraordinary book about a caterpillar who is extremely hungry. He eats a lot of stuff, and you know what? I can feel that. I feel that. I'm a very hungry caterpillar too. I think we're all very hungry caterpillars inside. But in all seriousness, this is a super successful, super popular book. I think I just found that it sold more than 43 million copies worldwide. So behind, I think, Peter Rabbit, it's one of the most successful picture books of all time. There is a very hungry caterpillar and you should go check him out. Did your favorite picture book make the list? Let me know in the comments below if it did, or let me know if there's a particular book that you loved as a child. I'd love to hear from you. If you like this video, I'd love for you to hit the subscribe button, and if you really want to, you could ring the little bell. That'd be great. Chuck a like on it. That'd be awesome. I'm also on Instagram, Twitter, and reviewing on Goodreads. I would love for you to follow me over there as well. But to wrap up, go Catherine, bring that little child into the world and then share these books with her. And don't forget to laugh at yourself. I'll see you next time. Bye.